Well, g'day guys, it's Jeff Ware here from BikeReview.com.au, and here I am, day 2 of the CFMOTO 2025 global launch that's been held here in not so sunny today, Portugal, at the Portimao circuit. It is winter here, but it's a very mild winter generally. We had a really sunny day yesterday where we tested the 675 SRR and the 675 NK on the track and the go-kart track, and it was really nice sunny weather yesterday. And today we've been on something completely different, which is coming to Australia in smaller numbers than the 800 MT range or the 450 MT range, but it does have a niche and somewhere to fit in Australia, and that's the new 700 MT. Now this is a road-based multi-functional touring bike. It's not I'm not going to call it an adventure bike, but you can do a little bit of soft dirt on it, you know, 10% dirt, 90% road, 20% dirt, 80% road, something like that. It's got this smaller capacity 700cc engine in it, which is more for the European market than it is for the Australian market. But it's also, it's a little bit heavier than the MT, it's a bit less powerful, and that's because of the materials used to make it, which is going to bring it into a lower price range and make it a bit more accessible for people coming up perhaps from the 450 MT or other smaller capacity motorcycles that are looking for their first sort of an adventure sport bike or adventure touring style bike, but don't want to commit to large, you know, capacity bike or a large amount of money yet. This might be just the right one to use. Today we managed to do about 180 kilometers over maybe 6 hours. We did a range of highway riding, motorway riding, suburban riding, some little country towns, like no dirt really. We did, I think, maybe 1 or 2 kilometers of dirt. We won't even count that. Lots of twisties up and down the hills, and we also got to ride it in the wet and in the dry. So we tested it a lot in the wet today because it really pissed down rain for the last couple of hours there. And so that means we really got to test these CST tyres as well. And I was pretty impressed with the tyres, to be honest. I was really impressed with them in the dry, just like I was on the 675R SRR and the 675 NK. But I was a little bit skeptical about what they might be like in the rain because I wasn't sure about the silica compounds and stuff in them, but they're actually really good. So, in short, we've had a fantastic day riding on it. But my impressions from today, if you're after something that's very laid back, it's very, very soft. It's got soft forks, it's got soft shock, it's got a big plush, soft heated seat with a button right here that I used a lot today. Actually got a bit too hot a couple of times and I switched it off. Huge, comfortable pillion seat. We don't know what it's like, but I think it's going to be pretty comfortable. Handlebars are swept back and nice and wide. Handguards. It's got heated grips, although I have to say I could feel them today, but I couldn't feel them that well. They only seem to have one mode, on or off, and they're not super duper hot. But all the rest of the switch gear is really easy to use. It's got switchable ABS, which comes in very handy. It's got a really nice, easy to read TFT dash with all the usual CFMOTO controls. So it's quite easy to use, quite quick to learn. You've got set button, a back button, home button, menu up and down, and your normal indicators. Here, hazards on this side and your start button. The screen came in handy today in the horrible weather. It's adjustable, up and down. It's, you know, manual, but so what? That's the price point. And it's actually one of the few screens that is obviously well tested because it doesn't cause any extra wind buffeting like they usually do. So your helmet remains stable, but nice and dry. Your visor still gets the water cleared off it. You still get enough air to stop fogging behind the visor, but you get protection from the elements. So I really used that a lot today, up and down there. The forks are adjustable, compression on the right, rebound on the left, and like I said, they're very soft. Travel, I think, was 150 on the front and possibly 140 on the rear, but I have to check that. The rear shock, the forks are fine, they're just soft. So you can brake progressively, don't overpower them, and just treat it how it should be treated. The shock lacks a little bit of rebound control, I will say, but at this price point, it was fine. You don't push the bike too far, it's not a sports bike. In saying that, we did have quite a bit of fun today, throwing it through around in the twisties. It's soft, it's well sprung. It's the compression side of it's soft, but it's not too bad. It just lacks a little bit of rebound control. But again, you just ride the bike in a balanced way. Don't get too aggressive on the throttle or the brakes, and it's all pretty good. So I've had a very comfortable, very cruisy, very soft, very compliant, and a really relaxing bike to ride. It's quiet. The engine, it's not the most powerful engine in the world, of course, 50 kilowatts, but between 4,000 and 7,000 RPM, you know, it's just got this nice, fat, long torque curve. So not too many gear changes. I was, you know, riding it in third and fourth gear a lot today, and just chilling out, taking in the beautiful scenery of all these places we went to today, all around Portugal, around Lagos, my mate Freddie's hometown, which I've spent a lot of time out there. So I was thinking of Freddie today and all his favourite roads, and are really good on this bike. And like I said, it was great in the rain and the dry. Comes with some pretty cool extras, and there's other stuff and accessories you can buy for it, but our press bike today has all these crash protection bars on it. It's got a plastic bash plate down here, very broad, comfortable foot pegs, and a broad, easy access and well-positioned rear brake lever. Same on the left side, no quick shifter, just a standard gear lever. The clutch is cable actuated, a little bit heavy, and it doesn't engage till it's late in the travel of the lever, so that took a little bit of getting used to, but it's quite good. Span adjustable levers. The brakes are pretty good. The brakes it's got monoblock calipers. And I was really quite impressed by the brakes today. Good feel, good initial bite, good modulation, and not too overpowering that an inexperienced rider might get themselves into trouble with them. And the back brake is really good, and you need a good big back brake on a big bike like this to help just keep it balanced. It's got big pillion grab rails here, comfortable pillion pegs, so I'm sure it's pretty good there. Ours had these luggage extras fitted, so hard panniers, which are good for road touring. If you're only going to tour on the road or open dirt roads, these are really good. They're an accessory from CFMOTO. And this big top box, which I kept my backpack in today, it's fully lined, like with a nice felt. It's quite good quality. And even though it pissed down rain all day, afternoon, no water got into this at all. So it was really good. Mirrors, just basic mirrors, but nice and clear, easy to see through, no vibrations. Look, I can't say a lot of bad things about this bike, to be honest. We'll see what the price point's going to be in Australia and who wants the bike, but I'd certainly happily ride around on one of these if I was doing some touring. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Check out the full review on BikeReview.com.au, our other CFMOTO content and our other adventure and adventure sport content. You have a fantastic day, and thank you very much for watching. See ya.